Over the past few years, and especially the past 6 months, I've gained a pretty sizable following on this channel. 800 people. That's enough to fill a high school auditorium. Most of you are here for my advice videos, where I yap for a few minutes about things I've learned from my own experience. And I couldn't be grateful enough for all the support I've gotten from the Mondobi community. So as a token of my gratitude, I've decided to put my money where my mouth is and play your games through the eyes of a game dev. I made a call out in my last video, and on a community post, and on my Twitter, and in my Discord server, asking people to submit their games. A few brave souls answered the call and I'll be playing their games. Of course, going in blind so you get my real first impressions. After that, I'll give a more structured critique. I'll be playing your games as a game designer, but also as a player, which means I'll see every aspect of your game. Even if you're not an artist, I'll be critiquing your art because 99% of your audience won't care that you're not an artist. Same with audio, programming, whatever. So with that in mind, let's get started. Alright, our first game here is a little indie puzzle platformer called Synchronous. Hang on. 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 There we go. Synchronous. Every aspect of this game has been made by Rochester X, except for the music, which he got his friend to do. And as I've mentioned in a few videos, if you can get your friends to do stuff, that's great, because it always builds relationships, and it's just a fun thing to do. So, I'm not going into this game completely blind because I have seen the trailer, and I've played the first few levels when I was recording, but had my OBS on the wrong settings, so I had to redo it. But it's really only the first few levels. I don't think I've even gotten to level 10, so we're basically going in blind, so let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, we've got So It Begins. We have the chill music in the background, the slowly fading in UI. We can go ahead and move around here. We are this little stone block. Feels very good to control, very weighty. So I do like the controls. It doesn't feel floaty, doesn't feel imprecise. You can really move around. I will say right off the bat, the graphics are a little strange, almost striking here. The effects are very good. We've got the little particles there and the shine on that little orb. And we've got, of course, the fog in the background, which I really, really like. But the textures here on the ground itself, I don't know if this is something that's going to change later on, but it looks a little bit almost out of place compared to the very desaturated background there. Very subtle fog, and then we've got this bright green neon grass and the bright brown neon, almost neon looking dirt. So it's something to keep in mind if we're going with a more grayscale-ish color scheme, or whether we're going for something more colorful. I think a balance like this could work, but I would probably tweak some values, maybe at least get some post-processing going, some color grading. I do like the bright colors here on the exit, but for example, if you look at the exit, the grass up here is actually brighter and more colorful than pretty much anything else on screen, and it's just grass. So it's something to keep in mind. And also something else to keep in mind, we collect this little trinket here. That's very good, but feels like you have to collect that trinket to beat the level, but you don't actually have to. Nothing really changes here, so trinket is optional. I didn't even know that until I played the first few levels. But let's go ahead and beat the level. I love that effect. Everything's nice and colorful, and you just warp out. And it's very simple. Speed run through that. Probably a few players are going to take it slow, but we're also going to try and speed run. You see here we can't double jump. We don't have a double jump, a wall jump. Don't have a crouch. I press down, nothing happens. Now we've got 2 boxes going at once here. There are countless games that do things like this, flash and scratch, so it's about how you make it unique. One thing I would note is that sometimes I find myself going on those, you saw there, going on the exit, and I wanted to collect a little trinket, but I accidentally stumbled on the exit. And so that would be, maybe if you had to press a button before you exit, if both boxes were on the little detectors, and it had a little pop-up where it said, press, enter to win or whatever. Something like that might help. But now we introduce, we got a little problem. Can't get to the trinket. And we can't get to the box detector either, going all this way. So what do? Well, we press down to activate the magnetism. And I really do like this magnetism mechanic. It's neat to play with. Grab the trinket, boom. Now can we get to the exit? And we press down, boom. One thing I will point out, it is a little bit unintuitive to have it as a toggle. This feels like something where I would need to hold down S to activate the magnet. And you see there's a little bit of a chime there. You can hear the music kind of go. and the screen kind of gets, but it just fades away if you hold down S. So it's actually a toggle, but it just feels a little weird. I would say having it on S, which is normally a movement key, you think about holding down S to crouch. Having it as a toggle is a little bit weird. If you wanted to keep it as a toggle, I would maybe put it on Enter, as I mentioned, or Tab, or something like that. This doesn't really get in the way, it's just a little unintuitive at the beginning. Other than that, I really like how the magnetism is implemented. Uh-oh, can't get the trinket. You gotta bring the other guy over. Boom, got the trinket. You can see over here our guy on the right is getting blocked so he can jump around, and now, uh-oh. Gotta be a little bit careful. I will say I haven't noticed any props in any of these levels, only the brown grass texture. It gets a little bit samey. I imagine this is something that will probably get fixed in the full release, but I would like to see a little bit more set dressing around the level. I know it's sort of minimalistic, but if we've got this sort of colorful grass, maybe we can have some colorful little particles, or maybe even like some animals or something would be fun. We can see here we've got our first more puzzly element of the button. Okay, I like how the rods kind of smooth back out. I wonder if that's a Unity animation or what. Oh! I don't know what happened there. Something crazy. Okay, I don't know if that's how I was supposed to do that, but I got my guy up here. It's a little bit of an odd maneuver. So what does this button do? Oh! So I was not supposed to do that weird little trick, I guess. Okay, we got a new guy here. A new character. I don't see any more text pop-ups at the top of the screen, so I guess that was sort of tutorialization. I like that text, tutorial text there. Really simple way to do it, you know. People talk about an invisible tutorial. If you're in a beta stage like this, or if you really don't need an invisible tutorial, it's not always the right solution. I think a text-based tutorial like this is perfect for this type of game. I do appreciate the effort it took to name all these levels, because, you know, when I'm making levels for Breezy and I gotta name each one of them, that ends up turning pretty difficult pretty quickly, especially if they're sort of puzzle levels like this. But you actually went through the effort to name them all, so I'm very impressed. I will say also that I appreciate the layered music. Rochester mentioned there are sound effects, but you have to enable them on the title screen, so I assume they're not completely finished yet. I didn't bother turning them on for this, because the average player would not. So I appreciate the layered music tracks, but I'm wondering if this is the only track that's planned to be in the final game. I think having a few more tracks, maybe one per chapter or one per few chapters, would be good. Again, I'm assuming the full release, the non-beta release, is going to be more diverse environments, more music tracks. Those are probably the main two things I want to see, because the puzzle design is very solid. What enhances a puzzle game once the puzzle design is already great is the ambiance of the environment. So another thing I would like to see is maybe if the buttons had some sort of indication, like a wire pointing to exactly what thing they activated, because that tends to help the readability a lot. If you've got something like this where there are, 4 different buttons and all these different mechanics, just something to consider, because it looks like readability is a big priority with this game. Everything so far has been very easy to understand. Okay, we got a fast guy now, but he's not much of a jumper. Difficult level. Okay, skip to the pause menu. Interesting. Okay, I always appreciate when games have features like that. You spend long enough on one level. Difficulty is starting to ramp up a little bit here. Okay, I do like this idea. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen something like this yet, of using your other rock guy as like a little improvised platform. Okay, we got a new guy. Shifting panel. I like how we're immediately adding in the new mechanic, not only by itself, but also with all the others. It's sort of, I think Mark Brown has, in his Magnet game that he's been working on, he talks about that having a sort of matrix of different puzzle ideas, where you have the little toggle button and the shifting little wall panel, along with that little rod that goes up and down. So there's all sorts of ideas that you've already created, and it sort of exponentially grows the amount of puzzles you can create by combining all of them. So I think it's a pretty neat way to have puzzle design like that. And with that, I think I'll probably finish the rest of the game off screen and then write out my critique. As you saw, I thoroughly enjoyed the cerebral gameplay and atmosphere of Synchronous. What really ties it together is the dynamic music, a trick I used on the menu screen of Breezy, but one that Rochester takes to the limit. The puzzle design is extremely solid. It reminds me of the games I played on Flash and Scratch when I was goofing off in grade school. My main criticism is the lack of variety in the environments. The one environment we do have, the foggy grassland setting, could use some more set dressing. I recommend making a script that randomly scatters some environment baubles around the level, like rocks and grass. From there, I'd recommend giving each chapter its own environment. Nothing crazy, just different colored platforms with a new background and possibly a new song. This will give your Steam trailer and screenshots a lot more variety and keep players engaged. Think about a game like Baba Is You. Each region mostly looks the same, but the set dressing is slightly different. My other criticisms I already mentioned. Tutorialize these optional trinkets, consider moving the toggle magnetism button off the down key, etc. But to reiterate, this is a super well-made puzzle game. It's available on itch.io, link in description, for Windows, Mac, and Linux. If you're more of a mobile gamer, it's on Google Play, and there's even a Wii U spin-off for the console kids. It's not on Steam yet, but that's going to change pretty soon. Rochester just put an overview of the game on his YouTube channel, which only has 36 subscribers, so send him some love. Full disclosure, this is a paid game that I received for free. That's not going to affect my critiques of it though, since it doesn't affect the game design. Alright, game number 2 is called Not a Drill. And this seems to be more of an arcade style one. I haven't seen as much footage for this one, haven't played it yet, so we're going in pretty much completely blind for this one. So let's go ahead and get started. This game's made by Driftware, you know, he's my other main man, so check out how to play. Fly in a rechargeable drilling ship, okay. Fly above ground to consume the charge. If you run out of charge, you fall out of the sky. To recharge, drill into the blue terrain by simply flying through it. This is combat, so this is a little combat. Right-clicking is a shotgun blast, but consumes your charge. Can't shoot while drilling, but enemies can sure shoot at you, bucko. Time the counter to 0. Take an item to assist you. Oh, okay. So it's sort of like Vampire Survivors almost. Alright, well, in that case, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we start out here at the upgrade screen. I'll say we got digital shades. I will say it's interesting we're starting on the upgrade screen and not on the, maybe I just tabbed out or something. But let's pick our upgrade. Digital shades, electromagnet, buckshot. Let's do, it's all 15% chances. It seems very gambly. Let's go digital shades. Okay. Oh, moving slower than I thought. Okay, oh, uh-oh. Okay, so we do move, I think, a little bit faster when we're going through the blue there when we're drilling. Yeah, we definitely move faster when we're drilling. I'd like to see maybe some, like, momentum mechanic almost. When you're drilling here and you speed up, and then you can come out and then you're still kind of moving fast. Maybe a dash almost when you leave the blue substance. Let's see, we'll go dirty lens, fire a laser. I'd also like to see a little indication, which I think Vampire Survivors does, of what upgrades you have currently. I like the music, the sound effects are very nice. The tech art, the sound effects, it's all very juicy. I very much appreciate that. Uh-oh. So I think that was not our laser we're firing. That is that enemy that's firing the laser. Oh, you can hold it down to keep shooting. Okay. Twitch your fingers. Definitely want that. Something that's not actually a chance of stuff. I'd also like to see maybe an incentive at some point to stop firing. Maybe that counter at the top only decreases when you're not firing, because as it is, you're incentivized to keep firing to maximize your damage output. But I'd like to see some interplay there with not firing. I like the enemy design. They're very simple, but they're very recognizable. You can see, you already know the green one fires a laser. Uh-oh. Maybe if it even had like a little red eye, kind of, that'd be even better. I'd also like to see a little bit, maybe like a red flash or something when you lose damage or lose health. Because right now I see them at 4 out of 6. I don't remember any sort of huge explosion happening where I lost health. I like the visual effects too. Some people don't appreciate all this bloom and sort of, it's almost like you just woke up and your eyes are still a little hazy. I kind of like that effect, especially on a black background like this. I'd also like to see something down here maybe. Or maybe the bar flashes when you're below 25%. So you know, oh, I got a drill. I do like the strategy aspect of having to pick out which enemy you're going to take on first. Because, you know, do you want to get the laser guy first, or do you want to deal with the one who's shooting bullets at you? Oh boy, am I about to die? I died. Okay, that was really 15,000. Got an even number at least. Come on, dog. Alright, yeah, I'm number one. See? Alright, let's give it another round. I do think the explosion when you hit an enemy, maybe make it a little more high frequency, because right now it feels like it's an explosion a mile away from you. I want to feel up in your face. Like, see right there when the enemies shoot, it sounds like it's right there in your face. When these guys explode, it sounds like distant thunder almost. I'm already doing a lot better than I did on the last round, so I don't know if I just increased my skill or maybe I'm just picking better upgrades. It seems like there is a good deal of strategy to the upgrades. It feels a lot different than how it did last round, now that I'm picking completely different things. So it does remind me a lot of Vampire Survivors in that aspect. There's all sorts of different playstyles you can get, and you just sort of wander into them with your upgrade choices. I think that would be helped though if you could see, even after you died, if it showed you the list of all upgrades you got. Maybe it did, I don't think I saw it. I'd also like to see some progression, maybe unlocking things, like unlocking different upgrades. I know that would maybe go against the ethos of the game, if it's supposed to be strictly arcade style, but a little progression I don't think ever hurt anybody. Oh goodness, I'm getting a lot of lasers. See, I feel like that's a good example of some of the progressions you can wander into, the laser meta. What in the world? What happened? Why is there gravity? Is this like some sort of enemy that gives you gravity? Oh, I remember now. It's the bar. It went to the bottom. That's why. See, that's what I mean when I need like a little flash there. Because there was no sound effect or anything. It just I randomly started going to the bottom of the screen. Okay. Yeah, alright. That's where I'm dead. Okay, I think I got a pretty good idea there of how the game is working. Got, over double of my last score. I could definitely see myself returning to this one on my own time. Okay, didn't save my score there. Whatever. I don't care. But yeah, very enjoyable little game. Very enjoyable. Not a Drill is the kind of game I could see myself playing casually for a long time. Recently I've been playing Agar.io a lot for some reason, but I think this game will dethrone that as my #1 time waster. The game loop, the arcadey core of the game, is very enjoyable, if a little unbalanced. The way the game is right now, it feels like the actual drilling is on the sidelines compared to the engaging combat. As I mentioned while playing, a temporary speed boost or dash when you pop out of the dirt, mirroring the extra speed you gain when drilling, could be really fun, encouraging an exciting balance of weaving in and out of the dirt. You might also consider allowing health packs to spawn inside the dirt. Finally, definitely add some sort of visual or audio cue when your power is low because it's easy to ignore that blue bar. As for the combat itself, it feels really satisfying to blow up the enemy spaceships, and the enemies themselves feel consistently varied. The neon colors are a nice touch in keeping with the aesthetic of the game. In fact, the whole look of the game right now is pretty solid, but like Synchronous, some variety would help keep things from getting stale. I'd recommend unlockable cosmetics. Maybe after getting so many total points, you'd unlock a new background pattern, color scheme, or song. I'd even be keen to compose a few tracks if you're interested. The game's on itch.io for $6, which seems a little steep for an arcade game. Luckily, Driftware thought of that and he's put it in some huge bundles. Right now you can pick it up in the Summer Shine bundle for only $15, along with over 100 other games. Definitely worth the money. Alright, we've got another game here, Five Nights at Fred's. Now this is a scratch project and it I think is actually a parody of a spooky game that you might not know about. I guess that's like Among Us or maybe, I don't know, Phasmophobia. People still play that? So, okay, pretty good. We're just going to give it a try. It's a few months old, so it's probably not even good anymore. There's probably a sequel out. But anyway, we're going to give it a try. We're going to give it a shot. Okay, Five Nights at Freddy's. Here we go.
Warning! This game is very spooky and I did a boo-boo once when I was playing it. You have been warned.
Okay. Oh my goodness, I can't play this. I can't play this. Oh my goodness. It's so loud. Click the cameras to know where the animatronics are. Click the yellow button to check the lights in the office. And click the red button to close the door. Okay. Okay. You hear weird music playing. I hear weird music playing right now. Oh my goodness, it's so loud. How do I... Okay, I just turned the music off. I'm sorry. Close the door immediately. When the audio is finished, you are most likely saved. Click on Bob's Cove every now and then. Fred will knock on the door, and if you open early, he will get you. Okay. Yeah, this is too scary. I can't play this. Okay, next up we got a game here called Absolute Insanity, made by Chris D. Again, he's like my main man here. And so we got a little trailer here. You can see it's already going to be something crazy, something a little spooky, but there's going to be some neat movement, some neat combat, so I'm excited. And I've got the demo here already downloaded, so we're going to give it a try. Oh, okay, we already got the face going. I'm going to go ahead and preemptively turn down my volume. Oh, it's already all the way down. Okay, strange, but alright. I guess we'll turn the volume up then, and then turn it down. Okay, here's some music. Oh, that's loud. So it looks you can go ahead and wishlist it on Steam, which I recommend you do. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Let's jump right in. I don't know what exactly to expect. I guess there's some first-person shooting. The level is called Shelly. I don't know if that's a person or... It's not letting me click on it. Maybe it's loading. I'll just give it a minute. Uh-oh. Okay, she's coming. Leave the arena. I'm trying. Oh, it's just because I clicked on the bunch. Right. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Where's this Shelly fellow? I think there's an upgrade over there I can use. Okay. Crossbow. Uh-oh. Why is it red? Breaking box over there. Let's investigate. Hey, let's just give this person a chance. Okay, so the breaking boxes are upgrades, I guess. Oh, I see how it is. Oh, see. Oh, you can only use the weapon once. There's Shelly. Oh, this is kind of like Pac-Man almost. Okay, well, Shelly comes around. We got an axe. I guess we have to fight this thing, huh? Okay, that didn't work. Alright, I know what we're doing now. I do like how the items drop from the ceiling here. So you can kind of, if you need an item, you can predict where they're going to be. So there's a lot of predictive sort of mechanisms. Like if you understand the game's language. That's things like that I do like. So the red, that's how you know the enemy is spawning. You can hear the sound effects of the things falling from the sky. So it's a language you have to learn, really. Maybe I... Oh, see, okay. I see how it is. You throw the axe that way. Alright. Let's try to line up a shot then. Got him. Looks like you can move faster than Shelly, which I appreciate. Okay, that didn't work. Yay, we won. Okay, I like that. I like the little porta potty spawning. Okay. I think I get this game. I think we're gonna go in. That was pretty good, right? 1 minute 23? Okay, I'm liking it. Ooh, select unlock. I play TF2, I play Soldier, we gotta go with rockets. So do we fight Shelly again, I wonder, with the rockets? Don't remember if this is made in Unity or what. But there is a way, I do it in Breezy, you can have an async loading screen while you load. She's evolving, okay. Oh, 3 eyes, fine. Shouldn't be too bad. We got rockets on our side. I wish there was a little bit more of an audio cue as to where Shelly is. Oh, there's enemies. Okay, Shelly is somewhere over here. Okay, here we go. Do I need to load it? I guess we'll find out. Ooh, I like that. I like the explosion. Okay, here we go. Okay, that guy's dead. Ooh, did I just kill myself? No, I didn't. Okay, we're good. We're good. I like this. It's like horror, FPS kind of. It's very neat. Alright, Shelly should be almost dead at this point, right? Like, how many rockets have we hit this guy with? I don't know if bee-hopping does anything also, but I'm going to keep doing it. Makes me feel safer and more powerful. Oh yeah, we got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. That's nice. I'm liking this. I'm enjoying this. I may have to buy this game. For real. Maze Destroyer Item Finder. I've been having a hard time finding these rockets, so I'm going to go with the Item Finder. I will say, I hope some of these areas, like the level graphics, are prototypes, because the texture work is a little bit strange. I appreciate the horror aspect, but it almost looks a little cartoony sometimes, like with the light here. I can appreciate that it might be intentional. I'm just not sure about it. And also some of the post-processing might be a bit overdone. But these are aspects that can definitely be smoothed out, or they're intentional. It doesn't really hinder my enjoyment, I'll say that. Oh, what in the world is that? Oh, is that the item finder? Or is that, oh, that's just like a sky laser. Okay, and rocket jump away. What happened to the item finder? I can't find any items. Oh my goodness, I don't like the sound of that. Did I press Maze Destroyer instead of Item Finder? I feel like the Maze Destroyer is what's happening right now. Maybe the Item Finder is not implemented. Alright, where's Shelly? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, I got killed. Do I have to start this part over again, or do I have to start the whole thing over? Okay, start this part over. Oh wait, is that the oh, that's the Item Finder. How do I get it? There we go. Oh, okay, that makes it a lot easier. Hang on. I think we're winning. I think a Shelly Finder would be nice at this point. Okay, bye-bye. Oh yeah, taking out Shelly. Okay, there's Shelly. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, I was so close. Maybe if I sort of preempt Shelly's attacks. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Wait, did I win? No, hang on. Landmine. Okay, I saw this from the trailer. I remember the landmine. I do like the aspect of the unlocks because it gives you kind of different options for progression. Just like I mentioned in the Not a Drill. It's sort of like you stumble across a playstyle. If anything, I'd almost like to see unlocks just in the middle of the round. Oh, wait, what? Ooh, hang on. Is it Portal now? What's going on? I need to crouch? Huh. This is new. Ah, okay. Toilet. Like a skibbity toilet almost. You've ever heard of that? Feels like Half-Life all of a sudden. Why is it Half-Life? Wait, what? I don't know what happened. really like the boss music. It's really awesome how it fades in. That is a neat effect. There he is. Oh yeah. Oh, we're taking him. Oh, we're taking... Uh-oh. I probably should be killing some of these other enemies. I'm gonna do... Hang on. I'm gonna do some settings. There's Shelly. Okay. Oh my goodness. Not that guy. Not that guy, man. Come on, man. Okay, I'm having a good feeling about this time. I think we're gonna win it. We're gonna take down the smaller enemies when we don't see Shelly. When we do see Shelly, throwing more mines, we're throwing rockets, we're throwing everything. I appreciate that the jump scares aren't over the top. That's the one thing. It lets you know who killed you, and it might be if you're not expecting them. So it's important to keep on your toes, and I appreciate that aspect. It's not just the developer trying to get one over on you. It's the developer affirming your skill if you're good enough to win. I'm really feeling it this time, though. Oh, there he is. Okay. Yes. This is so skibbity riz. I will say the weapon balance seems a little bit strange. Since rockets are so much better than, for example, the axe, you usually just end up throwing the axe away. I wish there was a way to balance it a little bit better, so that there's an incentive somehow to get the less powerful weapons. There he is. Come on. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, Shelly's down. Guess there's a door maybe we go to, or we could kill all the other enemies if they're still around. Would they even want to hang out with me though? I think this area is new. I think it's just been opened up. I'm going this way. Let's win this. Yeah, come on. I told you we win these. Oh wait, there's more. Oh my goodness, there's more. Okay. I'm going shotgun. Energy gun. Is that? Am I fixing? I feel like I'm just throwing the energy gun. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I see. Oh! So you just hold the energy gun here to fix the server. And then you gotta use actual guns to kill the enemies. Oh, okay. I see. That should be helpful. A lot of landmines. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, Shelly's here? Shelly's got like a robot mask. Oh, wait. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think for the sake of time I'm gonna have to leave it here, but I'm definitely returning to this game, okay? As you just witnessed, absolute insanity borders on the indescribable. I came in expecting to be led on a virtual theme park ride, but this game lets you jump off the roller coaster, pick up a flamethrower, and jokes aside, the gameplay here is incredibly engaging. Chris has mastered that razor-thin balance between feeling like you could get slaughtered at any moment and feeling like you're the most dangerous thing in the room. That feeling of being unstoppable comes, I think, from the unlockable weapons, which also add an element of replayability even to the stripped-back demo. And of course, the movement makes me feel like I'm dominating enemies in TF2. But the game is constantly one step ahead of you, throwing twists and turns that I genuinely didn't expect. At times it reminded me of Portal, but such an expansive and ambitious game naturally comes with a few flaws. The most noticeable one is the lack of a solid graphical direction. At times this demo looks like an early Source game, then a few seconds later it looks like an Unreal Engine prototype. I think the lighting and effects are solid, but the textures and models, especially the procedural mazes, could use some work. If you're going for an early 2000s PC look, then go all in on that. If you're going for something like Cruelty Squad, then go all in on that. It doesn't have to look pleasing, just consistent. That's what people are looking for in Steam screenshots and trailers. At least it's something I look for. My other major criticism is in the weapon balance. By the third or fourth level I was throwing away the axe and crossbow bow to get the much more useful and exciting rocket launcher or landmine. One change that might help is having those more powerful weapons drop from enemies rather than coming from these bowls. That means you'll have to start every level with the axe or crossbow, then work your way up to the rocket launcher or landmines. It'll also give an incentive to kill these little minions since they can be avoided pretty easily. If you're a fan of movement shooters or Half-Life style games, definitely keep Absolute Insanity on your radar. There's no release date for it yet, but the demo's out on Steam, so check it out. It'll be well worth your while. And Chris uploads regularly on his channel, so go subscribe. This was, without a doubt, my best video idea yet, not because it was particularly groundbreaking, but because I get to play a bunch of great video games. I always wanted my games to be featured in videos from big game dev influencers like Jonas Tyroller, but he has such a huge fan base that it's not really feasible to play everyone's games. With a community of my size though, I have the perfect opportunity to spread the love to anyone who wants it. If the Mondobi community continues to grow, and if you guys like this video, I can see myself making plenty more of these. So if and when I decide to make another one of these videos, I'll definitely announce it on Discord, so go join that if you haven't. Also, another super secret announcement for my Mondobi superfans. In a week or so, I'll be releasing a compilation album with music from my games over the years. It'll be out on all the major streaming platforms, and I'll be diving into it in my next video, along with some other music-related announcements. Have a good day. The neon colors are a nice touch, in keeping with the aesthetic. The neon colors are a nice touch, in keeping with the aesthetic. The neon colors are a nice touch, in keeping with the aesthetic.